I'm getting rid of my website. That's something I never thought I would have said as a digital marketer, but if you give me just 10 minutes, I'm going to explain to you why exactly that is and the reasons for doing that. Hey everybody, Stuart Macadam here. Thanks very much for tuning into today's video. And I'm going to be talking about this big announcement, me getting rid of the website, because I think it's an important one for a lot of people to understand. There's this common misconception that in order to have a good brand presence and in order to get new clients that having a website is one of those prerequisites. If anything, for people to just go and have a look at the case studies and portfolio of your work and to understand what you can offer them. So I'm going to have a look at that, and I'm going to explain firstly why I decided to get rid of my website and the benefits which it's going to have in the long term for not having to look at that. So let's get straight into it. So there are obviously a couple of reasons why I decided to get rid of the website, and they're right here. First one was the financial cost. Obviously, when you've got a website, you've got to have your domain name, you've got to have your website hosting, you've got to have someone that's designing it, you've got to have a lot of different things that are costing you financially. So unless you're having a return on investment that is worthwhile and sustainable, it's eventually just going to end up costing you money. And if you're not producing leads and you're not getting new clients out of it, then it's not going to be a worthwhile venture. And I've had my website up for just over a year now, and I've produced maybe 3 leads, none of which turn into paying customers. So, and it's not just something which I've set up and left and just hope that people would come into. I've run Facebook ads, I've done SEO work, done a lot of other things that have taken up a lot of my time right here. And that's something which you can't get back, because if you're working on that part of your business, it means that it's time taken away from work that you could be doing for clients and getting them great results. And the third thing as well is it also requires quite a lot of your attention. And that's all fine and good if it's producing you leads, getting you business, it's allowing you to sell your products and services. But for me, I just found that the returns were never at a level where I could justify it. And it left me ended up like this guy right here with the red eyes. It left me feeling tired, frustrated, and a little bit annoyed as well. So to give you a bit of a perspective as to what my website analytics look like, in the last 90 days, I've had 243 visitors. So just under averaging just under 3 visitors a day, which is not a lot, especially when you consider there's only 164 unique visitors who have spent 1 minute and 23 seconds on my page as well. So out of those ones, let's say out of those 164, let's say 10% were to make an inquiry and 1 was to convert into a paying customer. Excellent. I could justify the cost and the time, attention and other investments that I'm putting into creating the website and making sure that it's being updated and monitored and tracked. But that hasn't happened. So looking to move into platforms where I can get a better return for my investment. And I've found that there are certain platforms that are able to produce a better return on investment. First and biggest one that has worked really well for me has been LinkedIn. There have been quite a lot of people who have reached out directly to me on the channel and said that we really can see the work that you're doing. We'd like to hear more from you. Can you please contact us, or we will contact you? And they'll send me an email and they'll say this is what we need and this is how we're going to do it. Other platform that has worked fantastically well for me is Upwork. And the reason why Upwork is such an effective platform is because it allows you to create specialized profiles, as you can see in the left-hand corner there. You've got public relations, social media marketing, and all the work I do. You can see the job success rate that I've got. You can see the work that I do. I can describe it, and you also get to see the work that the freelancer, in this case me, has done. There's even an introductory video you can do as well. Cool. And the next channel that has actually really started to produce some fantastic returns for me has been right here on YouTube. And YouTube's a wonderful channel because it allows you to communicate and share the knowledge and information that you have as a digital marketer or as a small business owner. And it allows people out there in the world to see what you've done. So I've been able to grow a reasonably small but modest YouTube following, 286 subscribers at the time of recording this video, and hoping to get that up a little bit more. But it allows anybody who may be interested in your products and services to have a look at what you're doing on YouTube and what you can offer them exactly, and how you communicate and conduct yourself on the platform. And as you can see here, I just got the latest video sort of teaching people how to interpret Facebook ads data. Now, if I'm taking a new client on board, I might not necessarily be working directly with that person sort of on interpreting Facebook ads data, but it may just confirm to them that I know what I'm talking about a little bit more than perhaps one of my competitors who isn't doing YouTube videos or any type of video content. And that may just get me the business, which may have gone to somebody else had it not been there. So if you to look at these three channels, LinkedIn, Upwork, and YouTube, those three platforms have produced roughly 65 leads for me in the last year. Some of them in a shorter period of time. YouTube, for example, I've only been doing that consistently since about June or July. And that's produced much more business and confirmed to people who have been doing work with that I know what I'm talking about. It's quite interesting. So with that said, I'm not saying don't have a website. Many businesses have websites that work incredibly well. I'm saying it just didn't work for me, unfortunately, and that's something which is quite okay. For some people it is going to work really well. For me, I would rather channel my attention and energy onto platforms that do work well. So it kind of brings up two important lessons which I just wanted to share with you wrapping up the video. And that is, if you're getting started in business and you haven't tried different marketing approaches, give everything a try when you're first starting out. See what works, see what doesn't work. And once you've established what does work, don't ever let any guru tell you that their way of marketing is better if you've tried it their way and it doesn't work for your business. Because there's going to be some approaches and methods that work well for some businesses and some that work well for others. And in my instance, I found operating on other platforms has just produced a better return. So those are two lessons that I'll leave you with in today's video. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you found this video informative and useful, and maybe it'll inspire you to take action and look at what digital marketing channels are working best for your small or local business. So thanks very much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.